Welcome to the Daily Influence, where our mission is to deliver a daily dose of positive influence that can uplift you personally or be shared within your sphere of influence. While not every episode may directly apply to your unique circumstances, we strive to provide insights and inspiration relevant to most people's daily, weekly, and monthly lives. Whether you are tuning in during the morning, noon, or night, the Daily Influence is here for you. Listen, share, and embrace the power of influence in your life.
Welcome to Daily Influence. I'm Gregg-Brooke Koleno. Today, I'm thrilled to welcome Nina Lockwood, a transformational guide, author, speaker, and the heart behind Get Your Happy Back. Through her books, podcasts, and coaching, Nina inspires people to reconnect with their innate wisdom, embrace joy, and live with greater authenticity and purpose. She brings decades of experience in helping others navigate change and create meaningful impact. Nina, welcome to Daily Influence.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here.
It's such a pleasure to have you, Nina. Can you share a bit about your background and what led you to where you are today with our listeners?
Sure. So the creds are that my formal training is as an artist, psychotherapist. I practiced energy medicine for about 20 years, and for the last 10 years or so, I've been a transformational coach. And probably the biggest question that I've been tracking since I was a wee babe is, how did we get here and what do we do now? Which is a question you can use for your personal life or what's going on in your business life. But that's basically where I'm coming from. And one of the things that gets in our way, of course, is our blind spots. And we were talking about that earlier with my trying to find a Zoom link instead of the Microsoft link. But my own blind spot, which surprisingly I had, was at one point I went into the corporate world, even though initially I wanted to be an artist. And at a certain point, I was laid off from my job. And it was a blessing because it made me realize that wasn't my path. And it made me realize, oh, I guess I do have my own blind spot here. And that got me to really going deeper into all of the training that I had. And then subsequently, I started doing energy medicine and then coaching.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. What inspired you to start Get Your Happy Back? And how does this work reflect your personal values of responsible and positive influence?
Well, how many people do you know that are actually truly happy, right? It's a pretty small percentage. And you can't get very far if you're not happy. I mean, who wants to live a life that's just a grind? So I wrote this book called The Happiness Handbook because I thought, there's so many ways that we can be happy that we forget about. And the primary one is mindset. If we see life as a slog, it's going to be a slog. And we don't tap into our own creativity. So the things that I included in the book and in my podcast really are the things that actually can get us to be happier and that we have more agency in that vein than we normally think, because normally we respond to external events rather than realize we have more control about how we respond to them. So many people I talk to are afraid, they're unhappy, they're confused, and they have this loss of hope or sense of possibility. And over the years, I've discovered that we can really change that if we really want to. If we don't want the drama of the unhappiness, we can. And why not? That's definitely along the lines of spreading the love, all about positive influence.
Yeah. Can you tell us about a moment or experience where you felt you made a positive impact on someone's life?
Sure. Probably one of my favorites is a woman who came to me when she was 81. Her husband of 50 years had died recently. And she said to me, I just thought it was time for me to figure out what to do with my life. Here's somebody at that age who is still interested in getting the most out of her life and seeing what was in her way. And all the things that she had grown up with about what she should or shouldn't do and how she should behave and so on and so forth. And as a result, as she saw more and more, she was able to travel on her own. Now, this is 81, trying to drive down I-95. It's no small feat. She was able to start painting, to start singing again. She had been a pianist and an organist at a church and musically trained, and probably most importantly, speak her own mind. So I just was so thrilled that I was just holding up the mirror and she saw it and she ran with it, and so wonderful.
That's such a beautiful story. What a positive influence you had on her. And it really sounds like she's had a positive influence on you.
Oh, I love this woman. I finally got to meet her in person, and oh my gosh, she exceeded my expectations because she just kept going.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
The Iron Team teaches that influence starts with personal responsibility. How do you stay accountable to your own values, especially when challenges arise?
That is a great question. I think, love to know what you think too, is that personal responsibility is really based on self-awareness and honesty. And I'd put it the love of truth and freedom. So fortunately for me, if I'm in the seat where I help others, if I'm not doing the work, then I can't really help them. It's like the old adage, put your oxygen mask on first before trying to help others. So that really does help me a lot. So there are two practices, but one that I'm just recently going to start making available is using an art journal, because what I've discovered through my own experience is that there are a lot of times when answers don't come through words. And if you think about the idea that art is the language of the soul and a picture is worth 1,000 words, oftentimes when we have an intention or a prompt in our mind, it can come through us it's like we have magic in our fingertips, and we get wisdom from that we can't always get when our monkey mind is chattering away.
Yeah, that's great advice. Thank you for sharing that. How do you encourage others, especially your clients or listeners, to build positive influence in their relationships, work, or communities?
I bet you've had the experience of giving something to someone and finding out that you get as much from the experience as they do. And I think that the more we remember that, the more we are encouraged to share what we love and to highlight and emphasize the goodness in other people. We all share the same being. We have endless possibilities and potential. And really, it's all about the love, right? It's all about spreading the love and encouraging each other. The rewards are so potential and so powerful that you can get kind of hooked on it. And I also think that, there's a concept called emotional contagion. So that it can go either way. If you're positive and upbeat, people resonate with that. Same thing if you're cranky and unhappy, people don't want that. But when they feel that energy of love and positivity, it's like a warm fire on a winter night.
That's so true. I have actually a sign back here. It says, "Attitudes are contagious. Is yours worth catching?"
Excellent.
It's so true. You can really feel that positive energy off others around you, or negative energy, and take that on yourself.
Yeah. And that goes back to the point about self-awareness. If I'm in a group of people or if I go somewhere and the mood is low, if I'm not paying attention and I'm not being aware, then I could start taking it on myself. Oh, this isn't so much fun, or I don't like that person, or blah, blah, blah. But who wants that? Let's go for the good stuff.
I agree. Surround yourself with positivity.
That's it.
Nina, what message or words of encouragement would you like to share with our listeners who aspire to make a positive difference in the world?
Well, I'll share one of my other favorite questions, which is what else is possible? Because I think that takes us out of the victim scenario. If we're realizing, okay, given the circumstances, what do we want to create? It puts us back in the position of being able to make choices. And if we know that we have this unlimited potential and this possibility, regardless of our gender, our nationality, where we live, how old we are, we can still get it. We still have it. So for people who are struggling right now with the way the world is, that we can remember that it's up to us. The world is going to do what it's going to do, but how we react is everything. And being able to spread the love, spread the encouragement, being able to say, I see you, I love you, I know what's going on. It can only add to the goodness that everyone starts to feel and starts to be willing to live into. At least that's what I think.
That's great advice, Nina. Thank you for sharing your wisdom with us today. Your dedication to helping others rediscover joy and happiness and live with purpose truly embodies what positive and responsible influence is all about. If our listeners want to get in touch with you, what's the best way to do so?
They can go to my website, nina@ninalockwood.com. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, podcast, Get Your Happy Back.
Perfect. We'll put all that information in the show notes. Nina, thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your advice. I'm so grateful for you.
Oh, I'm grateful to you too. Thank you so much.
To our listeners, thank you for tuning in to Daily Influence. I hope today's conversation brought you insight and inspiration. If it spoke to you, share it with someone who could use a little positivity today. May you be inspired to reflect on your own influence and the small intentional ways you can help create a kinder, more connected world. Remember, small actions create big impact. Keep showing up, leading, and growing one day at a time. Until next time, stay inspired and keep having a positive, responsible influence. Bye-bye.